Hey everyone, today we are taking a look at Jade Dreamland in Overlord mode, and I just wanted to go over some of the mechanics because this is a new Overlord dungeon. Okay, clear all the mobs around the first boss, and then we'll go ahead and get going with the first boss. So the first thing you're going to notice are some purple rings that are appearing on the ground. Just move out of the way and avoid them. We had a few sets of these purple rings, so just kind of move out of the way. We also have lightning in the background, which you won't get at lower OL levels. So here, just a yellow directional AoE, so avoid that. And it's pretty much most of the fight. The boss is going to have a set of yellow rings around him that you're going to need to move out of. Those may be coming up next. I think we might have purple rings before that again. So here's the purple rings. We're going to just, again, move away from those. And then we're going to get the next mechanic, which I think should be these yellow rings. Yeah. So if the ring starts out in the center, just move out of the center of the ring and then move back in. Sometimes they start at the outside and move their way in. You can see that here they're moving their way out. So just be aware that if you see them on the outside and they start moving in, they're going to be around the boss last. And that's it. We've got another directional AoE here. And we're going to get some more. Now, this is the next one. So just like in the Dragon Tomb one, you're going to get these lines connected to two of the players. Just have someone else stand between that player and the person with the line connected to it to block the orbs that are going to slide towards them. So hopefully you kind of get the idea of that one. So you'll have, again, a line connected to the player in the middle, and you just need someone else to stand in between the player and that line to block the orbs. So that's about it for the first one, for the mechanics you should see. So we're going to clear the mobs around to the second boss. Clearing mobs can take a while, so I'm just going to skip most of that and go make sure you get all the mobs around the back of the boss too. Just all the way around the circle there's mobs. So I'm going to go ahead and go into this mob and just trigger the start. Now, you don't have to focus on him. Actually, you're going to want to stay around the outside of the circle. There are two different types of little mobs kind of feeding towards the thing. You can see the green ball go towards the boss. That'll heal him. So you want to stand in front of this little guy. I'm actually standing on the wrong side here. There we go. I want to be in front of him, kind of in that line, to block these orbs as they go forward. That way you're not allowing the boss to heal. And there's three of them, one on each kind of corner section. So just make sure that you have one person at least on each of those blocking those lines so you're not healing the boss. This is just the same as Lost Forest with the tree where you have to block those yellow lines. Same concept. So now that this one is done, we're going to then have the ads. So this is just like normal. You're going to get these ads that are going to go around. Go ahead and kill all of these ads. And then once all of the ads are dead, you're going to get either the guys with the green again, or you're going to get the larger ones that we see in Adventure, which are the ones that walk towards the boss. So here, these guys drop the green puddle. Now we're going to see who's up next. So next we're getting yellow lines. So these are the guys who, red lines. These are the guys walking towards the boss. So you want to stop them. Just go ahead and DPS them. Again, you're going to want to kill them on all three of the corners. These are the same three corners as the little mini bosses. So it kind of helps to have, people stationed at each of the spots. Okay, at this point, I'm just going to kind of fast forward. Here's this green guy again. Just stand in front of him and block the line in case he's got any orbs that are going to heal the boss, just to block those orbs. So you can see now I'm standing in front of this little guy. And if any orbs spawn, you can see in the background, they're actually standing in front of them as well. That way, if any of the orbs come, I just automatically am going to block that orb. There you go. You can see it just exploded. Okay, since this boss is almost dead, I'm not going to bother with fast forwarding. We're going to get another round of these green guys. And then I think that the boss is pretty much done. Again, let's just block those green lines. So it's random whether you'll get these green guys or the ones that walk towards him or the mobs. So that's it. Just don't attack the guy in the center because he's got a shield and it's pointless. You're supposed to attack the guys around the outside. So once these are all done, I think it drops the shield. All right, now we're going to go run down to the bottom, but I'm going to try to explain something at the same time first. While I'm clearing out mobs below, I wanted to point out in a different run for Overlord, you'll notice that there's like a mech in the center of this when that boss dies. I am going to equip that mech by just going over and clicking on it, and I'm riding the mech now. You'll see he doesn't have very many attacks, and he does not have your normal attacks. So I would not recommend tanks or healers riding this. However, if you're really struggling through this Overlord, the last boss, you might end up needing this mech. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like you can just pick him up and move him down to the lower boss and then get off and DPS until you need him. It looks like probably the lowest DPS might be the one that wants to end up getting him. So I'm going to go ahead and close that out because I don't have a good shot of him being used and I want to focus on this third boss. Okay, up first we're going to have a share damage, so just make sure that everybody goes ahead and moves in and does the share damage. After that, we've got these yellow circles. Move out of the way when you see them. We probably all know and hate these rings equally as much. They will drop feathers and you'll have to face the boss and click on the throw option to throw the feathers at the boss to interrupt it. I will say they seem to aim a little bit better in Overlord than they did in Adventure because we managed to interrupt the boss at least once each section. It might have taken all the feathers, but we still were managing. So again, these yellow circles, just avoid them and they will drop the feathers that you have to face the boss and click the throw button to interrupt the boss's casting while they're doing that. Now here we had an ad, so I just moved the boss out of the way. We only got him because I didn't realize there were more mobs around the outside and we happened to aggro one. So now continuing on with the fight, there are some unexpected things in this that we did not see in the previous fight. The first is this message here where the rider of that mech needs to erect a shield to protect your teammates. You'll notice we lost 2 of our teammates there to the damage because we did not have a shield up to protect them. So if you have that mech and you guys are all dying, then that's important. Now here's another one where the rider needs to break the stone prison. We did not have the mech at this point, so we all just were stuck in the prison. At which point our healer had died, so he was able to get out and then at least not have us all lose the fight because afterwards we all died except for our healer. But since he was up, we were able to continue with this fight. So again, you're going to need one of the DPS probably to have that mech so that you can finish off the fight. Now, unfortunately, that was not the best run through. I will see if I can get a better ending to that. I think that we're going to probably need to have that mech up so that you can ride it. Here he is again. We didn't know about him when we did this part of the video. And we're just going back to clear a few extra mobs that were around the outside. So hopefully you found this helpful. If we end up running it again with the mech, I will re-record this and put out something a little bit clearer. But I think you get the idea that one person has to ride the mech and then you'll have to create a shield and also then break through the rocks of your teammates. All right, you're watching VGO40 and thank you for watching.